Over 100 beautiful sailboats took off for the Harborfest Chesapeake Bay Challenge. Somewhere out there in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay is John Castleberry. John, if you can hear me, did the boats get off all right?
Yes, Bruce, as a matter of fact, they did. The first of several Harborfest water events scheduled over the course of the next 3 days. The Chesapeake Bay Challenge began. They were scheduled to start about 6 o'clock. They ran a little bit behind, but just moments ago, the boats did go off, 125 to be exact. We had Chopper 10 on the scene to capture the start of the race, which began at Fort Monroe. It's really been a beautiful sight to see the 125 boats go off. And they are headed up the Chesapeake Bay to the eastern shore. From there, they'll proceed to the York River, and then eventually back to Fort Monroe. But there appears to be a little bit of a problem in that the conditions are less than ideal. There's a lack of wind, and that could be a big problem in a sailboat race. The crews said that somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 hours is what it'll take to complete the course due to the lack of wind. So right now we're talking somewhere in the neighborhood of 3:30, possibly even 4:30 tomorrow morning before the boats complete the course, which ranges from 42 to 52 miles depending on the class of sailboats. And there are 5 different classes of sailboats competing. But the boats are pulling away. 125 sailboats in the very, very early stages of the Chesapeake Bay Challenge. And again, the big story, the lack of wind. And unless there's a minor miracle, there's no way in the world we'll have any results for tonight's 11 o'clock, but we should be able to bring you all the winners tomorrow at noon with Kathy Mitke. Bruce?
Well, John, let me ask you something, buddy. Are these boats going to be able to get into Norfolk in time for Harborfest on Friday night, or are they going to be out there all weekend?
Well, it's going to take a while, and they were disappointed, but they're out there for the fun, and this just presents another challenge, really. But I think they'll be back sometime in the very, very early stages of tomorrow morning.
All right, we'll have to get Chopper 10 to fly some beer out to these guys. Apparently, they didn't expect to be out there that long.
I'm sure they'd appreciate that.
Okay, John, thank you very much. We'll talk to you at 11.